Every damn day.
Hello, everyone. It's Jerry at the Fledge, and welcome to another episode of Every Damn Day. And today we've got our great friend Deardra Grace with Nature's 92 and a bunch of other things she does here to talk about her business, what's happening in the city, and stuff like that. We'll see where this goes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, first of all, tell us some stuff about you. How you doing today? Where you're from? All that stuff.
My name is Deardra Westfall. I am a Mid-Michigan native. I grew up in East Lansing, and I started my business at the age of 43. So I was kind of a late bloomer.
I always forget your real last name. I always say Deardra Grace.
Well, that's what I go by on social media.
Because I say rhymes in my head all the time when I say your name.
Just so you can get it right. You've always done good.
I'll do better. Or what do you prefer?
It doesn't matter.
Either one.
CMOS Lady works.
CMOS Lady.
CMOS
All
Lady.
right. So what you said you started your business, you said your age, right? When you were 42. What'd you do before you started your business?
Well, I was in the medical field for 15 years, and I wasn't being fulfilled there. I wanted to help people, and it just wasn't fulfilling my soul anymore. So I left, and when I left, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I hadn't really dreamt in a really long time because I'm a single mother, and I've been a mother since I was 18. So my dreams had went away. So I had a credit, at a year's credit at LCC. So I went back to school for criminal justice and ended up getting my bachelor's in criminal justice from Ferris State. And I just kind of wanted to ride out a career and just retire, get a pension, sit behind a desk. And I knew I wouldn't be fulfilled there. And I was slowly going crazy for the 3 months right before COVID. COVID hit, and I got my first stimulus. I bought a pound of sea moss and made a beauty mask and posted it online, and it took off.
That's an awesome story. So for you in the medical field, I remember you and I talking before about how kind of stressful the things that you saw were.
Yeah,
right.
For sure.
Is that what got in the way of your dreams?
Well,
stress,
just being a single parent and just trying to make it through the day. Trying to make sure that the bills are paid, the kids are fed and clothed, and
We always talk about that. Well, first of all, a single mother in Lansing, it's a 50-50 whether you live in poverty or not.
Yeah.
And when people look at that situation and they say, well, why don't you just pull yourself up by the bootstraps or start your business and make all these things happen? They forget about the little things that aren't little things.
Yeah, I was impoverished. We lived in public housing, and I was doing really well in the medical field, and I did get out. And then decided that, and I made pretty good money and did well, and then went back to school and became impoverished again. But during that time, I had an awakening, a spiritual awakening. I started working out and changing my whole lifestyle, and that's when I started using CMOS, my own personal self. So CMOS isn't just a business for me. It is something that I use and something that I believe in. So
there's tell us about CMOS.
Sure. Okay.
I know that you are a plethora of facts about CMOS.
I do.
So tell us everything.
I do a lot of teaching. So if someone wants to ever come up to me and ask me what it is and how you use it, I'm always open for conversation. But it is a marine vegetable that grows attached to the rocks. It grows in warmer climate oceans. I get mine from St. Lucia. And when it grows attached to the rocks, it pulls the minerals out of the rocks. So when we eat it, we get the minerals. And so it helps reverse mineral deficiencies inside the body and when applied to the skin, because you can also apply it to the skin, and that is my favorite benefit. It removes the mucus out of your body, which is a cause of all disease, from cancer to fibroids, anything like that. And it is an anti-inflammatory, which is the site of all disease.
It's the what of all disease?
The site.
The
so
site?
If you have inflammation somewhere, then there's something going on there. So arthritis is inflammation, and that is, you're having a reaction in your body, so it helps keep down the inflammation.
So would people rub it on their sore joints or
So
just
for like
whatever?
arthritis, you're going to take it orally. When you apply it to your skin, you're looking for any mineral deficiencies in your skin, eczema, psoriasis, dandruff, dermatitis, anything like that. So it helps when you apply it to the skin, and it will help put the minerals back, so it will help heal it. But also it has a huge beauty result. So it's fabulous beauty-wise as well.
It's working.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. So sea moss, let's break that down
Sure.
a little bit. First of all, moss.
Okay.
Do people eat moss? Like regular moss?
I don't know. I have some in my store on the wall, but
It's beautiful.
yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they eat moss. I've always kind of been mildly obsessed with moss.
Yeah.
So I guess it would see. It's kind of a moss, and it grows attached to the rock, so it's kind of mossy. It grows up, not so much as far as moss. Like moss will cover something like that and not really grow up, but yeah.
I'm wondering what the image that people have in their head right now is.
Kind of like a seaweed. Think of a seaweed.
It's more like that, right?
Yeah, I should have brought some.
I didn't actually know. I hadn't heard about it before you. I mean, I knew what sea moss was, but hadn't heard about it as something that you would eat or put on your skin or whatever until you started teaching me about it. And when the first time you said it, I'm like, how do you eat this?
Yeah,
It's like
I get
this green
so is it
stuff.
moss from the sea?
Yeah.
It does come in green. I sell a purple and a golden. The purple has more of a earthier taste. I say it's kind of like the beet, like a beet taste of sea moss. And you can taste that inside of products. I tell people to put it in whatever you choose to do regularly, daily. If you have orange juice every day, oatmeal every day, you can put it in that. So some people take it by the spoonful. A lot of people I have put it in applesauce cups. So it has an applesauce texture, so you can't even taste it.
All right.
Yeah.
So do you still sell the not shakes, but the
smoothies? Yeah.
Smoothies.
So I also sell it in a smoothie. I sell them frozen for you to take out whenever you're ready. You're gonna take it out of the freezer, thaw it out, stick the straw in, and you've got your daily dose of sea moss. Yeah. So I sell it raw for you to make the sea moss gel yourself. I sell it frozen so it can extend its shelf life, because it will get moldy in the refrigerator since it's a live product about after a month. I sell mossicles for the children, because it's safe for children as well to get their minerals to help with their immunity, especially since they're going back to school. And I sell it in a sea moss smoothie for adults.
So how popular is this? Are you the only person in the world doing this? Obviously not. Since you're
Lansing's a little bit behind, but it's everywhere. But there's a couple people that do sell it in town. I am a licensed distributor, so I did go through the state and I did all that part as well.
Yeah, and you've got a kitchen at the.
I do. I work out of Allen Street.
Yeah. So I was telling you, I tried to tag in a post, but I probably did it wrong actually, or forgot to hit send or something. But I was out in Los Angeles and ran across the guy selling sea moss smoothies as well. And we stopped and got one in your honor.
Oh, thanks. I know that somebody just got rewarded on Shark Tank, so he did really well.
Oh, yeah?
And somebody else, I think, was on Good Morning America recently. Every time somebody hears sea moss, then I hear about it. So I sell my sea moss plain because I want you to put it in your bath. I want you to put it on your skin, in your hair. I want you to share it with people who are curious. So I don't put any fruit puree in it. If you put fruit puree in it, you're going to accelerate the fermentation process. So I leave mine plain. So if you want to mix it with mango puree, you're more than welcome, but I make it just plain.
So do you, what do I want to say? Has anybody come back to you and said, this got rid of this ailment, or this is working?
Yeah, I do get a lot.
Yeah.
I do get a lot of that, which I would like them to put it on Google, but
need some Google reviews.
Please. But No, yeah, I get a lot. I have people that use it for inflammation of their arthritis. I was really busy during COVID because of the mucus that was stagnant. So I had a lot of patients for COVID too as well.
Yeah.
But once you get on it and you see that it works and you can see the mucus that we accumulate from our American diets, you'll notice the difference and you'll start using it daily.
I was, my doctor always told me I was one of his healthiest patients.
Okay.
And I smoked a pack a day.
Okay.
And he had always attributed it to my vegetarian diet. And said it's probably because you're a vegetarian, because I could blow through that thing better than anybody in the office and all of that. And I think that, is this a good...
Well, yeah,
it's
from
obviously
smoking,
vegan, right?
Yeah, it is. It is out of the ocean, so there is no. I don't add any nuts or soy or dairy or anything like that to it. We do collect mucus from smoking, whether it be cannabis or tobacco. So when you have that smoker's cough, it's that mucus that's in your lungs. So that's one of the reasons I first started using it, because I'm a cannabis user. So the smoker's cough isn't very attractive in a woman, so I started using sea moss. That's one of the big reasons I started. Also because I had high cholesterol, and that helps. It helped remove my high cholesterol.
I smoke cannabis too, and cigarettes. I would like to get off the cigarettes for sure.
Yeah.
I've always said cannabis is a cure-all.
Absolutely.
It can get rid of so many different ailments. Is sea moss a cure-all?
I'd say, yeah, I do. I've even tried to infuse it, so we'll try to see.
I wanted to go there. I was trying to go there.
I've tried it once. I infused like a shot. I gotta move around with that. I need to get some. I don't even know what the liquid is that they use to infuse food, and I don't know anything about the cannabis.
We should talk to Shannon if she shows up before you leave, because she's infusing stuff right now too.
Yeah, I would love to do that. I've been asked several times to do that.
Yeah, I think that would be super interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
What about a mashup between cannabis and sea moss?
Yeah, I'm down.
We got to come up with a good, or you got to come up with a good name. I'm not in the sea moss business. So,
I'll figure something out.
So I always, we're getting to know a little bit about you, getting to know about your business a little bit. Let's do a quick advertisement real quick. Where are you at? When you open?
Okay. Right now, I do have a website, so it's Nature's 92 LC.com. But I have a storefront for people to come in.
Just LC?
Yep, just LC. 1 L, 1 Z.
All right.
I do have a storefront, and I am downtown on Washington Square in the 100 block, right next to QB's. We are open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 7. I'm inside the Middle Village Micro Market.
All right. So Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 7. Can order off the website.
Yep.
And downtown next to QB's.
Yes.
In Middle
Village. Yes.
All right. So come check it out, support her, and get rid of some of your ailments in the process.
Take your sea moss.
So let's split a little bit into, we're going to keep talking about sea moss, but who's your community?
Who's my community?
Who are your people?
Well, I started sea moss because I wanted to, growing up, I saw a lot of my friends, male friends mostly, black male friends, who were dying from things that they could have cured themselves from. So I wanted to start out in the marginalized communities. That's where my heart is when I was in the medical field. So people who don't really understand how to move through the medical field, they don't understand the jargon, they don't understand the insurance part, they don't understand any of it. So I want people to know that you can help yourself health-wise outside of the pharmaceutical realm. Yeah. So
I'm a big anti-pharmaceutical
me
person.
Too. Really, especially after working in the medical field. I went to school to be an MA, but didn't do much of that. I fell into the paper part. So insurance, prior auths, all of that. So then you really see the ills of big pharma.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really sad.
It is sad. It's
Yeah.
horrible. So I'm glad that you're in that space,
Yeah.
especially, I think about pain management and I
Yeah.
think about opioid addiction and
Yeah.
how that leads,
Mhm.
I think it's 80% of addiction
Yeah,
is
for sure.
because of you started medical and
Mhm,
pain
mhm.
management
Yeah.
going into,
Yeah.
well,
Absolutely.
if you count alcohol, it's because of something else probably, but for pain management,
Yeah, for sure.
always leads to opioids.
Yeah. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it is. So, how do you think? So, COVID hits, you start your business, you join the One and All program,
Mhm.
right? You
Yes,
got
we
through
lead,
that. Is
yeah.
that how we met?
Yeah,
It is.
it is.
I thought we had met maybe before.
I
but-
didn't realize that Lansing has such a huge entrepreneurial community.
Mhm.
And so I kind of fell in with Leap, and then it was online because it was during COVID. So you were the first person, the live person that I met.
Yeah. Well,
And we've been
what
buddies
an
ever
honor
since.
for me. We have been buddies, right?
Yeah.
What? Where do you see? Where do you see this going? Are you making a shop that is just
I'm not.
like
I know
that?
that right now. The one thing that I do know, because I'm kind of in transition. This is all new. This is my second year, so I'm still trying to figure out my footing. But the one thing that I do know is that I enjoy being out in the community. So pop-ups, markets, things of that nature, out so I can speak to people, so I can teach people. They can ask me questions. So that's really where my heart is. So I haven't really figured out which avenue I'm going to go as far as that is concerned.
Okay. Do you think the vision could be like a large distribution, like you've had
That's what I would
franchises?
like to. I don't know so much about franchises, but I would like to. This is a business that I started for generational wealth to change my lineage. So I have to remind myself about that almost daily because it is a hard road. But I don't. I would like to be a distribution. I would like to wholesale. I would really like to. I'm working on this year getting my smoothies and my mossicles or seasicles in some stores. So I would really like to be in some gyms. If you're interested in having my product in your store, please let me know.
All right. So another good plug
Yeah.
there. What about? Well, let me ask you a different question. I'm an entrepreneurial support organization.
Yes, we love you.
Thank you, as you kind of look out at how we're all trying to help you, what are some things we've done good and what are some things we've done not so good? If you don't mind.
Good. Like I said, the entrepreneur community here at the Fledge is wonderful, but you just kind of have to tap in. It's a little bit of everywhere, and we're really supportive. So that has been eye-opening and something that I didn't expect.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of us out here, and we're always willing to help somebody through, give you some advice, give you an email or something that we need to help move forward. As far as something bad, I don't know. Every day, entrepreneurship is literally a roller coaster. So this is something that I've done solo. I haven't had a lot of mentorship, so it's something that I've kind of had to navigate. So mentorship, I think, would be maybe where we're lacking. But we're also out here, as an entrepreneur, we're going to help a fellow entrepreneur try to figure it out.
So I got a couple of responses to that. One
Sure.
is that I still find pockets of entrepreneurialism that I didn't
Oh, cool.
recognize or see
Okay.
before. Like, for example, the pro wrestling.
Okay.
That doesn't seem like, it just seems like
Oh,
it's
there's a
some
community
show
out
and
here.
all that, but there's
There's
a
a
community.
community.
They're all single entrepreneurs doing their thing.
Yeah.
They come together and do a big show, and it's like, I don't think that's looked at as an entrepreneurial endeavor.
Right.
Or you could apply that same thing to a rap showcase where everyone's in here, they're hustling, they might have merchandise, they might be promoting a bigger show that they're doing. And I think that a lot of times when people say entrepreneurialism, they peg right to MEDC or LEAP or SBDC, the big institutions. and their ecosystem is the entrepreneurial ecosystem.
Right.
But there's so many mines
smalls,
of wealth
yeah.
that we run into all of the time.
Yeah.
Do you think we do a good job at recognizing all the entrepreneurs in our city?
No, I think that we always think that an entrepreneur has a product. Just like you said, you feel like you're making a product, and there are more entrepreneurs out here. There's a rap showcase that's down every Wednesday at Urban Beats.
Yep.
Ward Beard does that, and there's
Shout out to Ward Beard.
Yeah, we love him too. So there's quite a few people in that community. That's something that I'm not familiar with, so I would go to Ward for that. But yeah, there's quite a few things. There are people that are trying to change Lansing and some of the things that are going on here outside of having a product. So yeah, you're right. There are entrepreneurs that are giving a service instead of a product.
Yeah. I often think, people look at Lansing as a blue collar town, General Motor factory type. That's our upbringing almost, especially you and I have.
Yeah.
Were you in Lansing?
My whole life. Yeah.
You and I have seen the ups and downs of General Motors and the plants coming and going and layoffs and all these things. But I'd like to flip the narrative.
Absolutely.
We're entrepreneurial problem solvers. We're innovators. So, Ari Olds, put that in our blood. He invented things. We invent things. We solve problems. But we're always being kind of marketed as a affordable city, which means that we have affordable people, and corporations just salivate over, I can go there and pay them $10 an hour. And I want to flip the narrative and say, no, we have problem solvers across the spectrum. We're not factory workers. We're not the Rust Belt. We're here being innovative, and we're bringing back, in the 1910s and 20s, and for a long time through the automotive industry, we were the Silicon Valley here in Michigan.
You're right.
Detroit was the hub, obviously, but we were the San Jose or whatever.
I knew that once COVID hit that, and I knew this from the very beginning, that fear tried to take over for me during that time, and I refused to subscribe to the fear. So I knew that out of that this community and all over the nation would rise up and do what they had in their heart and something that they had in their head, and they would be innovative and they would figure things out by themselves. So COVID it's not all the way done, and it was a really hard time for a lot, but it was a good time for a lot of people. Entrepreneurs, we had the time to sit and think and plan and plot and do all of that. So the first 2 years of COVID were the best years of my life, really.
That's I was in here alone almost every single day, but I got my thoughts and I could work on things.
Everything slowed down a little bit. Yeah, it was nice.
I think 2020 or 2021 was the record for the most small businesses started in the U.S.
Awesome! Yeah. We used to be like that, and then corporation took over. So I hope that the United States can kind of move back to the small business. Small businesses, it's important for the United States, and for every community. So,
What do I want to say? I'm trying to figure out to blend CMOS and community and growing.
Well, how it started is that I've been places where you'll see like a health bus. I've seen a Sparrow health bus. Yeah. That's where my heart was initially. I would like to. I know that we've had things here at the Fledge, and we've had shoes. I can't remember their names.
Footprints.
Yeah, that's so awesome. So awesome. It's such an awesome program. But something of that nature, where we come into the community, there's food, I can help you navigate through the system, understand your insurance, who you have to call, where you can go, where you can find a doctor, how to grow food, how to properly eat, because I know a part of the marginalized community, they get large amounts of food stamps, but they're not told how to eat properly. And that's a whole nother thing. I can get into that whole cycle. So just better eating habits.
Come on, let's go to food deserts. Let's go to the liquor store, be in the grocery store.
Yeah. That's a passion of mine. Yeah. So Even the South Side is a food desert.
Yeah.
So people don't really understand that. People always complain about the Kroger that's there on MLK and that it's so this and it's so that. But, you have to realize it's a food desert there. And that is the grocery store of the area. A lot of people have to walk there. A lot of people, you'll see carts everywhere because they don't have a car to move their groceries. So everything happens for a reason. So you just have to kind of look past the face of it and kind of look at the problems of it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's something that I would love to. I love gardening as well. So I would love to teach how to, grow your own tomatoes and your cucumbers and, things that people haven't been taught.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And that we used to know.
Yeah. And see, that's the one thing that I love about that happened through COVID is that, before that we had all these huge corporations that would come in and knock out all the small businesses. Well, all of the huge businesses have went under because they're not making the money, and the people are rising up again. So that's a super exciting.
I started feeling like a prepper for a little while during COVID because I was thinking, we distributed 3,000 starter plants to the community to try to get people to grow their own food. I'm big on. This is why we're such good friends. It's because we're big on the same things or similar things.
Mm-hmm.
How do we make all that happen? We need a bus. Anybody got a bus? We need a mentor and a bus.
Yeah.
And a bunch of money.
I know that there's oh goodness, I know his first name is Alan. He does some gardening.
Oh my God, you put me on the spot.
I know his wife comes to get sea moss from
the garden gang, right?
Yeah.
Right?
So one thing that I was devastated
Alan.
with COVID happened is that they shut down all of the gardens. Like that was devastating. They had the city garden, they shut down. I was, why would you do that? But so yeah,
it didn't make sense to me. The mental health benefits of gardening,
absolutely, being outside,
so
the
many
healing
things.
of just being outside. That's the one thing during COVID is that I refused to stay at home. I know that we were supposed to stay at home, but I spent a lot of time in Francis Park. A lot of time, so I love that place. It's my favorite place in the city. If you know me, you know that. So
as we kind of start getting to the end, did we forget anything that you really want to talk about or mention or anything like that?
No, just that you need to take your sea moss.
Well, that's going to be part B here. Is I always like to try to have the guests give some sort of advice to people as kind of the ending thing.
Okay.
What's something, and I already know the answer that I wanted to say, what's something simple that somebody could do to change their eating habits, change their health?
First would be, I know that people are big on organic, but just to introduce more greens into your diet. That's really important that you get your greens and your vegetables in there. And then try to look at vegetables outside of what is sold at the local market. But if that's what you have, then start there. So,
Do you ever, I think a lot about the different remedies you can make from what's around us.
Absolutely.
I want to plug and buy some sea moss.
Yeah.
Give it a try.
Absolutely.
See if it works.
I do want to be a source of information and help here in the community. That's important for me. So I definitely do want to teach about that and introduce people into taking it and applying it to their skin. I know that in the minority community, we have huge issues with eczema. I have grandchildren that have eczema really bad. My eldest had eczema. And that's an imbalance in your belly, so in your stomach. So if you take it orally and you place it on your skin, that helps greatly.
All right. So there's a start. Nature's 92, Tuesday through Saturday.
11 to 7, downtown Lansing. First, right by the roundabout right there in front of the Capitol. That's the 100 block of Washington Square. We're right there next to Cupie's.
All right. And natures92lc.com. Check it out. You can learn more about it. You can order.
Yeah. And if you have any questions, I'm also on Instagram, Natures92LC, and on Facebook, Natures92.
All right. check out Deirdre. If for nothing else, she's a beautiful, wonderful
Oh,
person.
thank you.
And but for the real reason, buy some sea moss. Support. Love y'all. We'll see you tomorrow.